go to this next issue quickly, and I reserve a lot for you, Prof. Jampo, on the next matter. The official presentation, we're going to call it outdooring of Naana Jane, Professor Naana Jane Opoku-Agyemang, as the running mate to John Dramani Mahama ahead of election 2024. While we still wait for the outdooring of the running mate for Dr. Mahama Bawumia, but this is what she had to say. In fact, a number of things. They said this is the new Professor Jane Naana Opoku-Agyemang because her jabs seem to have then ushered her into the politics of Ghana. Take a look. Well, she has she has a lot that going for her in favor right now, being the first female vice chancellor of a state university or public university. She is the first running mate to be retained by the NDC while in opposition. So while in opposition, they've always changed running mates. She's the first to be retained while in opposition. And if the NDC wins 2024, she'll be the first female vice president. We'll see how that plays out. But for example, is this new Professor Naana Jane going to help the NDCs to get in any way?
Well, I think so. I watched, listened to her. She clearly has matured politically. She said all the great things that had to be said, and even though there were some unprofessorial but partisan jabs that also livened her presentation, I think generally she said all that would have to be said, and I would admit that listening to her posturing, how she articulated the issues, it gave a certain hope. Yes. It gave a certain hope. The point has always been that the President Akufo-Addo gave us a lot of hope in the lead up to the 2016 elections. And I think we all know how we feel about him now. So I would plead with Professor Naana Opoku-Agyemang. He is not a typical politician. And I'll plead that the kinds of things that she said, she would ensure that if even the typically partisan president is veering off the rail, you would bring him on track so that there will be hope, okay, that when good and decent people get into politics, their DNA is not altered by negative, excessive partisanship. One thing that I was excited again about was the fact that, see, as a people, I think we have done well in our quest to empower women. We have done well as a people to appoint women as vice chancellors, women as ministers, women as chief justices, women as electoral commissioners, women as members of parliament, and now we are seeking to get a woman to the level of the presidency. Let women support their own. Let women support their own. You see, the battle against the marginalization of women will be fought and lost if women do not support themselves. Number two, let the woman who ascend to that high office, if she gets the nod to ascend to that high office of the vice presidency, let her use her position to also empower other women in a manner reflective of the resemblance model of representation that states that a person who typifies the features of the larger group of people to which he belongs is able to better represent, that group. So if she's able to do this, okay, listening to her, reminded me so much of Professor Mills, you know, very fine, decent politician and all that. So it is not so much about wooing us and making us, let me say this, the 2024 elections is not even going to be fought by the caliber of running mates that one selects. It is going to be purely the examine your life, the Shewa sitting natural. It's going to be the economy. That is going to be the number one deciding factor. And so for me, I see her as an icing on the cake. Let her be on track. Let her move beyond giving us hope to actually, if she gets the nod, assisting the president to do things that would also restore the despondency and the sense of hopelessness that Ghanaians are now beginning to have in the political elite. It's not good for us.
In a minute, 1 minute on this, please.
Yeah, the speech, as Prof said, when I heard it, look, I had goose pimples. Yeah, I had goose pimples. I was like, hey, oh yes, and we see goose pimples. I was like, oh, and you know, she appeared to be talking from her heart. Yeah. The only problem now, I want to be cautious. Having supported the Kufuor and had my fingers bent, I want to be very careful.
Okay. You never disappoint.
No. Ah, Kufuor.
So you want to be cautious this
time around? I want to be cautious because of what Kufuor is done to us. Otherwise, Prof spoke from her heart. You know, it was full of hope. It lifted me. I got goose pimples. Yeah. Because I said, that is a speech. Yes, of what? From an English professor. So we will hold her feet to the fire. This speech we will not forget, because the main part, one very important part of it I'm interested in is that she said they will hold people accountable, right? Yes, they are going to ensure people will be prosecuted. Remember last week I said we'll have to prosecute Bawumia for his role in the PDS scandal, changing the clause from a bank guarantee to insurance guarantee, prosecute Kufuor for the the fumigation that cost us over 500 million, which is needless. The 800 million he intended to take in the Ameri deal, the way
you said you are going to bring
so I'm expecting that when I lodge my complaint with the CID, I will send her copies when she's vice president. I will send her copies that she would support. Oh, and of course, we'll not forget, if CID doesn't prosecute Chairman Wuntumi for the Galamsey. Yeah, you know, has
the CID given you any responses or updates as yet?
No, we've sent a letter to Madam Fosina Ando-Kofi over a month ago. She's not even said a word to us. So if they don't, and Professor Naana Jane becomes, Naana Opoku-Agyemang becomes vice president, when I report to the CID, I will send her copies so that she would lead the charges for the prosecution, because we can't continue to allow politicians to run as a ground.
Assuming she doesn't, you still have I'll hold you to your word of taking up these matters for investigation.
Yes, Mr. Kansi, let me mention in passing. Let's thank OSP. Hey, yesterday we won the round one, the corruption case in Tamale, the case against NDA. The establishment of no case was thrown out. So the accused persons have been asked to open their defense.
Thank you. Martin Pebo is private legal practitioner. Thank you very much. Nelson Roxon, thank you very much. They have said what you have to say.
The lawyer and the professor.
But what do you want to say? What do you want to say?
1 minute.
30 seconds.
1 minute.
30 seconds.
They have thrown the ball to you.
Prof lectured me in communicative skills in 97, 98. University of Cape Coast.
Right.
2 months ago, I was advocating for her renomination. And somebody asked, what did she bring to the table? This was a woman who led policy-changing directives and programs at the Ministry of Education, led the University of Cape Coast to expand to become a modern university. Today, they've been ranked as the best in Africa. This woman
You said which what?
UCC. We've been ranked as the best.
Oh, please.
Let's
not go there. Let's not go there.
That's a couple of years ago.
The program is ending.
Yes.
Successful.
But let me say this. I'm a product of Lagos. I'm a product of UCC. But let me say, UCC ranked the best.
Okay, that's fine.
No,
thank you.
But finally, finally.
Why should you say this? They say talk about Naana.
Professor Naana Jane Opoku-Agyemang has made a point. We are waiting the Monsignor Thomas Baumia to bring his running mate.
But why do you call him Monsignor? Why do you call him Monsignor?
Okay, Alhaji Baumia. Alhaji Dr. Baumia.
That's a Russell.
The man is in Rome. The man is in Rome. I'm calling Monsignor.